Splice my sausages. Hi everyone on YouTube, it's Giles. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. This is a bit of a video on the fly because I've just come back from open mic night. I went, I saw, I didn't kick its ass, but it was a lot of fun. It was a hell of a lot of fun. And now, filled with, I'm not drunk. That would be stupid. I am festively turned. I'm gonna go with that. We'll go with that. And I'm cooking sausages because I don't need bread. And like bread is, I feel like, you know, if you've been out and you've had a bit to drink, you bread it up a bit. You know, I think the theory is that you'll soak up the booze, but I don't think it actually works like that. I'd be very surprised if it actually works like that. Like, you eat bread and just inside you, it just sponges it all up. I don't think the human body works in such a way. Or does it? Feel free to correct me. Cook faster, damn you. So, it was a very interesting night. It was kind of, I hasten to use the term life-changing. It was a very enlightening night indeed, and the thing is, in all seriousness, I'm not that sloshed. I just had like 2 drinks, but I don't drink often, so it's given me a bit of a buzz. But the variety that was there, we had like, there was like a guitarist singing. There was like a lady doing ukulele. There was a pianist. There was like, one guy just playing sort of jazz piano and singing as such, and there was another guy that just doing like classical stuff and just letting loose. I don't even think he knew what he was playing, but he obviously could play so well that off he went. And there were 2 poets, which that got my attention naturally. I'm talking all about sort of the poetry thing and how I want to be doing that on camera. And I've been having some issues with this recently. You've got someone called it red light syndrome, which is something that like curses me indefinitely. I don't know what that is. I think every time I try and work out what it is, the nightmares get me. So I try and bottle it back up. But a good example is earlier I was playing Blood Brothers by Iron Maiden on the guitar. And I kind of impressed myself by how quickly I could play it. Which that's a sign that, my playing is coming along and stuff like that. But I started playing it. And then I was like, for morale's sake, I'll record a short of me playing it. Couldn't play it. could not even slightly play it. And this has happened with Temple of the King. It's happened with all the things that I've been learning. And, one of the reasons why it sticks in my head is because all the things that I want to do have always typically been like that. Like I love acting, I love voice acting, I love narrating. The second I hit record, it'll come out of me, just not very well. And it's just something that it's just, it's on my, naturally at the moment it's on my mind a hell of a lot. But it was cool sort of being at the open mic night and seeing people, they weren't just performing, they were performing unfinished stuff, works in progress. They were laughing when they get things wrong. Like it's 2 of them performed a song together, and I wouldn't say it didn't work, but there was certainly a miscommunication between them as they were trying to do it, and it just didn't ruin the performance, like not even slightly, because they had such a good mentality and humility, and going to laugh at themselves and stuff like that. It just became part of it. You know, like I think to myself, like, if this was on, if this was on, you know, a recording or something like that, it really wouldn't bother me, despite the fact that there are allegedly huge errors being made. It wouldn't even slightly bother me. And you know, the poetry folks that came on, the first one read better than the second. Not that I'm grading them, but you know, I can't help but think about that sort of thing. The first one sort of read better. I'd say the rhymes were quite simplistic. Not, and again, this is not a critical perspective. When you're writing something, it all depends on what you're going for, what you're trying to convey, what you're trying to say, and how you're trying to say it. And there's the whole added thing that they are saying it at all. And you know, it's one of those things where I really start investing in what they're saying. And you know, a lot of it was about propelling yourself and you know, believing in oneself and all that sort of stuff. Just the sort of thing that I need to hear right now. So that was really nice. The second guy, I think, was a bit drunk. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything bad, but it was also quite brief. He was on and off, you know, a bit like Doom Rider. He comes, he goes. But you know, there's such a nice feeling of like camaraderie, and you know, as much as, you know, it sounds like I'm evaluating them, no one else has that mentality, and it's something that I admire, and I think will easily be mine just from attending more. You know, because I think when you attend something that is out of your norm, you can't help but view it like a fishbowl. You know, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that's the best way to word it. You can't help but view it as if it's an anomaly to be assessed when it isn't. It's just because you are so detached from that kind of life, you know. But I enjoyed this so much that I'm going to go next week and the week after and the week until I'm dead, you know. But there's also another thing on Sunday that. Sorry, that's all the time we have. No, that's just my sausages. They want to be turned. Pardon me while I turn my sausages. There we go. It's an air fryer, by the way. I like them because it means that there's barely any work that has to go into it, especially if you've had a drink or two. I think these were invented for drunk people, by drunk people. No, by drunk people, for drunk. No. But the point is, I had a good time, a very good time, doing something that was very difficult for me to do. And not only am I happy that I went, but I felt very valuable. And you know, it's weird because it's like you get in there and you just can't talk. You know, like you just can't. You can't. I'm like almost completely non-verbal, and it's like I'm trying to say something, but it's just not working. And it's interesting because I think when you're looking at like autism versus your normal nerves, there's such a difference between. It goes back to what I was saying a few videos ago. Like nerves, something from trauma is more is more outward. You're looking about for people to be scared of, you know. But with autism, it's more inwards. It's more you're not saying anything, not because you're scared, but because you're numb. It's like you're collapsing on yourself, if that makes any sense. And so it's kind of uncomfortable, especially the early of like the open mic night, where I'm like sitting at the front, and the guys that I've come with, they're on the stage, so I'm by myself sitting at the front. and this this intense self-consciousness washes over me. I'm like, but you know, I mean, thankfully, like more performers arrived, and then they're all sitting at the front. It's just such a nice environment, and it really makes me want to sort of seek out that kind of environment, which is really nice. But I mean, I will say money's a bit of an issue. I bought 2 pints, and I'm like, they were just shy of £6 each. And I bear in mind, I haven't been to the pub in a while. Just shy of £6. I can heat my flat for a week for £6. Are you insane? You know? But maybe I need to stop being so cheap. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the solution. By the way, if I'm sniffing, that's a weird byproduct of me and alcohol. I don't know what that is. I've theorized, and it might be some kind of weird allergy, but every time I drink alcohol, I get sniffy. I don't know what that is. Is that a thing? Is it sniff disease from alcohol? I don't know. God, I'm hungry. Oh dear. This is what's happening right now. You're keeping me company as I'm waiting for my sausages to be done, which does sound like an old-fashioned way of saying that you've killed someone. Their sausages are cooked, you know. Oh, but it's weird because I was thinking about like the poems and stuff, and although I've written a lot of fantasy-based poems, it got me thinking about the ones that are more closer to my heart. Well, actually, I'd say the fancy ones are closer to my heart, but I mean ones that are more, you know, abstract or not necessarily driven by narrative and stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm not like electing that my next goal will be to read a poem at an open mic night, although Dan did say that his friend who was running this open mic night he had the vague idea in the pipeline in the future of hosting a open mic night for poetry. I said to him, bear me in mind. I mean, I don't mean like bear me in mind as in, well, Giles is here tonight, he must speak to the people. I mean, bear me in mind as a lump of clay to be assembled within the crowd. as a dead cert to be an onlooker, you know. But I don't know. I think to myself, like, attending a couple more nights like that, I'd probably give it a go in no time at all. When you look at the sort of environment and just the etiquette and the support of one another, and you know, I mean, I do. There's like when like everybody gets a round of applause, that annoys me a little bit. I'm like, have they ever had someone that's really bad? You know, and would they still give them a round of applause? Would someone be like, you know, we must give them a round of applause. This is open mic night. We're nice to everyone here, you know. Or what if there's someone that is, or what if just bad just doesn't really exist? Do you know what I mean? Like that's like one thing, and I don't know if this is just me trying to resuscitate my self-worth laying bleeding on the floor, but does bad really exist? You know, like if someone goes up on the stage on open mic night or anything really, does bad really exist? Like some of the greatest comedians, for example, have like gone on stage and completely bombed. Like the funniest people walking this earth, they've come up on stage and just for whatever reason the audience are not in the mood, or you know, it's to do with a specific point and where they are in the country or whatever. And you know, legendary comedian, absolutely hilarious person, just goes out to a dead audience, and it makes you sort of think about the subjectiveness of, I don't know, performance being funny. You know, like if there's a song that you practiced at your home and you like the way it sounds, you like what you produce, you know, is it the song? Is it your performance that's going to determine how good it is? Or is it those who receive it? And receiving something can completely change based on mentality. You know what I mean? Like, a number of times in my life, I've wanted to punch out a ukulele player simply because they're playing the ukulele. But I own all of Thomas Benjamin Esquire's albums. You know what I mean? If it fills me with that much anger, how come that guy gets by? You know, just he caught me on a good day. I was just sort of like, nah, you have a ukulele, but I won't kill you. You know? There was a lady with a ukulele today at the open mic night. I was like, what a nice lady with a ukulele. Performing and doing very well. Very nice song. It was beautiful. Didn't even slightly want to kill her. You know? That's just, I'm in an environment where I'm relaxed and feeling good and like the people around me. There's been some great people on the stage. Now the lady comes off on stage, I'm like, well, I'm assuming she's good too. She takes out a ukulele, I'm like, that may be a ukulele, but everybody's here is good, so I'm assuming she's good too. Plays the ukulele, it's great. But you know what I mean? Like number of times, like, I don't know. I've had some bad run-ins with ukulele players. That sounds like they're like a gang around where I live or not. But yeah. No, I like I said, it's my least favourite instrument, but I didn't seem to have a single problem with it tonight. It seems very subjective, and how you're feeling, where you are, and how you receive, and all the rest of it. This is a shorter video than I usually do, but my sausages are done, and I am absolutely starving. I don't want to eat them on camera. I don't want to sit there with a mouthful of sausages try and talk to you. So I hope you have enjoyed this random splurge of happiness. Because it's been a good day, it's been a good evening, and I've enjoyed myself. And yes, I want to do it again. Take care, and I will talk to you guys very soon. See you later.